So my interview with Donald Trump earning lots of viewers and lots of reviews last night. It was the second most watched show on a Tuesday on Fox broadcast in 2016. For that, we thank all of you. However, it also earned the scourge of many in the mainstream media because it was not a takedown of Trump. Not surprisingly, many of these very critics failed to disclose their own bias against Trump, against Fox News, or against the GOP. Here's just a few examples. James Warren of Poynter.org, writing for Vanity Fair, called it a soft as a grape session. This is the same man who dismissed the entire Republican Party as, quote, anti-female. Eric Wemple of the Washington Post has made no secret of his hatred for Trump, calling him a bigot and a misogynist. Wemple wrote that I should dismember Donald Trump. Today, Wemple is upset that I did not, quote, get personal about what Trump's behavior has done to my life, as if an interview about Trump should instead be about me. Hank Stuver of the Washington Post said I brought too much attention to myself. He found the sit-down uninformative. More informative, Hank's true opinion of Donald Trump, who Hank called a, quote, hateful, nonsensical, vainglorious candidate. Amy Davidson of The New Yorker said I, quote, surrendered to Trump, who she dismisses as a, quote, brazen liar. This is the same woman who in January accused Fox News of using yours truly as a debate moderator, not for any broadcasting talent, but because it's fun to show off the oddity of a, quote, smart blonde. Joining me now, Howie Kurtz. Howie, good to see you. So it is possible that some of these folks don't like Trump or Republicans and wanted to see me take him out.
Well, first of all, a high-profile interview like this is fair game for all the critics out there, and I'll tell you what I think in a minute.
Absolutely.
But it does bother me when critics who despise Trump, often from the left, just aren't upfront about that and would not have been happy with any interview that didn't leave him a battered and bloody mess. Let me throw one more example at you. Slate's liberal columnist Isaac Chotiner, who ripped the interview, he's called Trump a bigoted, quasi-fascist and fraud, a dangerously unstable demagogue. So, of course, he's going to slam any sit down or you didn't take a baseball bat to the guy's head.
Correct. And, you know, the question I have is would these media figures have the same reaction would they want a humorless, would they want a tough as nails, would they want a dismembering interview with Hillary Clinton, or is it just when it's a Republican named Donald Trump?
Well, I think the question kind of answers itself, although the Hillary detractors might not have liked it if you had, and I hope you will have, a cordial exchange with her. Look, this was an interview that was awkward at times, as you have said when you talked about your rocky relationship with Trump. But getting him to express some regret, even use the word mistake, as we saw in that clip, that's something that Trump almost never does. It's almost like an apology for him. And at times, you got him to share some personal feelings, which he's very loath to do. At other times, that was very difficult. And look, some people may not have liked the personality-based, soft-focused interview. They probably wanted a drill down on the issues, the kind of interview you might have conducted if it was an hour on the Kelly File.
On the Kelly File, exactly right. This was a different offering, and it was the whole show was different, which we made clear going into it. I'll tell you this. My own view is this guy, Callum Borchers of the Washington Post, gets it right again. He's written many things in this election season that I found them to be very fair. I'll put it on the board. Hold on, where is it? Where's Callum? Here it is. He writes this. Anyone who expected Kelly to shred Trump for his conduct toward her must not have been paying attention to the policy of non-engagement she has followed since his rhetorical assault began last summer. An angry altercation would have made exciting television, but it would have been wildly inconsistent with Kelly's previous conduct. That's exactly right. I have not wanted to engage with Trump. I didn't want to engage there. I wasn't going to bring up the bimbo thing. I did not want to make it about me. We had to set that up a bit so people knew what we were talking about, if indeed it went there. But I was loath to get up there and go, boo-hoo, look, poor me and what you did to me.
All these organizations are saying, well, it shouldn't have been about you and Trump. They all wrote pieces in advance that were about you and Trump. Look, one other factor here, and that is I think during those 9 months when he was frequently attacking you in personal terms on Twitter and elsewhere, and you did not personally respond, you obviously talked about Trump on this program, there was an enormous amount of sympathy from the mainstream media for you. That kind of vanished when you dared to have a cordial conversation with Donald Trump, and I think that may have changed some people's views.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But, you know, as I said right from the beginning of this thing, I was never going to love him and I was never going to hate him. And those who assumed either one assumed too much. Howie, thank you.
Good philosophy for all politicians and journalists.
Great to see you.